Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for another mini speed build. Now with this little space here by the palace in the Glittering Dunes in Eternity Isle, I was debating what to put up here and I had a little brainstorm and I thought the best bet was to make a kind of desert camp. It just fit with the vibe of the biome and just seemed like people would camp out here when they were trying to go and visit the castle, or maybe it kind of reminded me of an old royal castle where you'd have kind of the people who'd sell things and camp out there. Royalty just so they could see them or be nearby, so I went for a desert camp idea and this is the build for it. The majority of the items in this build are craftable items, both from the DLC and the base game. There are only a couple things in here that I did purchase and include, but there's things that could so easily be replaced with a craftable item. So if you are someone who enjoys making all the different craftables and wants to kind of utilize those in your builds, then this build is definitely full of them. As I knew this build wouldn't be something too fancy and too over the top, I knew I didn't have to add too much stuff. It's not a very intricate build by any means, however I just feel like the way it turned out with the items I used just gives it a really good vibe and it was really fun to actually build. Some of the main things I wanted to include in the build was obviously the camping tents, but I also wanted to include a little campfire surrounded by some of the cacti and the desert trees. I didn't want it to be too overgrown in here as it is a desert, and I wanted it to feel quite barren, but I did include a bunch of trees and cacti around just so there was some life to it. As this section has 4 connecting pathways, which is a lot, I obviously couldn't cover too many of these over and I had to really try and think about where to place everything so that I could fit everything in, but also make sure we could use all the different pathways, both the ones going to the dunes, the one going to the jungle and the one leading up to the castle, which obviously at some point in the questline we are definitely going to be needing to access. So here we will go on a little tour through this little section. So as you can see when we go, we've got some lights and a car and some kind of little bench areas, as well as a sign pointing up to the castle. And as we follow it down, we obviously have our tents surrounded by some cacti and some dead bushes and trees, and then we have our little campfire in front of this main black tent. I just think this looks so cute here and just makes it seem like people actually stay in these tents. And it continues on as we get to the exit out to the jungle, and it just creates a nice little walkway that's easy to access. Nothing's really blocking the way to get through here, but it also just fills this really small space with something quite unique but also fits well with the desert. So here are some shots of the desert, and obviously I did take them during sunset because there is no better time to take pictures in the sunset than the desert, with it reflecting off of the ground and the sand. It just looks so amazing and I really love how this build turned out. I hope you guys did enjoy this little mini speed build. Obviously these small areas can sometimes be hard to decorate, so I thought these might help out some people that need some tips and tricks of how to fill these small spaces. Hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!